reply in the chat box. Hello. Yes, Amal Shibu knows. Ajmal Bashir knows. Okay. So, hope all of you know about what an incubator means. So, can anyone tell me what is an incubator? So you can unmute and you can talk if anyone wants to talk. So no one wants to respond. Okay, it's okay. So talking about Kerala Startup Mission, Kerala Startup Mission is a nodal agency for the state, supporting startups in the state. So before talking about Kerala Startup Mission, how many people know about a techno park? So I will just briefly go through the Technopark. So Technopark is India's first IT park, and it was established in started in 1990s, and it has been created a remarkable journey, and nearly 2 to 3 lakhs people are working in this IT park, which has been spread its operation across the state, which have a Technopark, which have Info Park in Cochin, and third we have Cyber Park in Calicut. These are the hub parks, and apart from these parks, we have some of the spoke parks like Koratti Info Park is there, then Chertala, another Info Park is there. These are the small places, and Kollam we have a small in Techno Park. So these are the places where the government has given opportunity to for the IT companies to start their operations, and it will create a lot of employment. In other states like Maharashtra or Gujarat or any other states, these IT parks are basically run by private players, not by the government players. So here, Kerala is the only place where these IT ecosystem is directly run by the government of Kerala. So talking about the success of this Technopark, it has been created a remarkable journey, and a lot of companies like UST, IBS, these are basically homegrown companies which have started their operations in Kerala, and they've grown really big and expanded their operations across the country. Okay, then presentation is not on. So sir, ഞാൻ presentation start ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. ഞാൻ അതിന് മുമ്പ് just ഒന്ന് brief പറയാം. Okay. So talking about this Technopark success, seeing this success, a lot of people were interested to support homegrown companies. That's why in 2002, the government of Kerala decided to start an incubation center, which is basically known as Technology Business Incubation Center, which has been started in 2002. It was not under any government or any other department. So till the hello. Yeah. So I'm going to share my presentation. If anyone have any doubt, you just ping me on the chat box. So hope you can see the presentation, right? Hello.
Yes, Vishal.
Yes. So as I was mentioning, like the Kerala Startup Mission is the nodal agency to support and nurture startups in the state, and it has been created a remarkable journey. And talking about the journey of this Kerala Startup Mission, it started its operation as TBI, and TBI is basically mean like it's Technology Business Incubator. As all of you know, incubator is a place where like it gets all supports. Like we have already heard two incubators. One is in hospitals, which basically supports premature delivered baby, and these babies are kept in this incubator where the baby will be getting all support, like all the uh, important things which it need to grow. Like that, another incubator is like used in the egg hatching. which in which the egg is kept in this incubator and it is hatched into the chick. Similarly, the TBI concept is like it's technology business incubator, where this incubator will be providing all sorts of support to enhance or grow the business. So this TBI concept was initially planned by the 5-year plan of the government of India, and it has been established in premium institutions like IIT, IIMs, and other engineering colleges. So in 2006, Technopark applied for this incubator, and it got recognized as the DST approved incubation center under NSTDB, National Science and Technology on National Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Development Board of Government of India. Okay, it is recognized as the first non-academic incubator. Rest of the incubators are basically located in the colleges or any other premium institutions. Okay, by starting operations in 2006 as in Technopark as the host institute, we have been uh, we have been able to incubate lot of companies in the Technopark facility, and in a downline of 1 year, we have been awarded as the best incubator in the national level. Then in after the journey of 6 years, we have been able to incubate means you are supporting startups. Incubator is a place where the startups is directly supported, and the incubity is the term. It's basically referred to the startup. And seeing the success ratio and the success of this incubator, the government of Kerala decided to elevate the this organization into nodal agency for the state, where it can support or give the extended hands to all the startups across the state. That's why it has been rebranded into Kerala Startup Mission, and Kerala is the first state which come up with its first startup policy. And as part of this policy, we have been able to launch lot of schemes, like IEDC is one of the scheme. Then Raspberry Pi's distribution was another scheme. It was basically meant for the school students, and Fab Labs are as the part of this schemes, and a lot of another schemes were specifically for the startup enhancement and upliftment. So in 2016, we have been able to launch the startup policy, and in 2018, we have been awarded as the best top performing incubator in the country, and it was a really great honor that Startup Mission has been recognized as the best performing award from the country level. And in 2019, we have been able to launch our big facility in Cochin, which is basically known as Integrated Startup Complex. It's located in Kalamasheri, and there we have been planning to start multiple domain incubator. In Technopark, we are focusing IT, electronics, and basically e-learning based companies. And we have another incubator in Cochin, where we are focusing another sectors, like we have another incubator with support of Rajiv Gandhi Biotechnology, where we focus biotech incubator also, biotech startups also. And we have an maker village. It's specifically supporting the hardware startups. And we have our own facility in Cochin, and we have a super fab lab where anyone can come and work on their idea to create the prototype and next level of that prototype. And in 2019, we have been recognized as the best public policy accelerator in the world. These are the brief journey about the startup mission. And talking about the Kerala startup ecosystem, right now we have 2,500 startups across the state. So 2,500 is basically the number of startups who are into technology or product-based companies. We support only product-based companies. there are two types of companies. One is service based company and the other is technology based company. So service based company is like doing some of the service to the companies, like web designing, website development, and giving some back end support to the product based companies, like this. So in 1980s, IT revolution in India was started, and most of the big players like Infosys, TCS, Satyam Computers were there. Then like that, big players were there. So these companies were basically focusing into the service sector. And today's scenario, if you're doing or working on some service based company, the scalability means the growing up ratio of the company is very less, because you have a lot of competitors and you can't survive in this race, and you will be only getting some of the clients, and you can earn little bit, right? So it's termed as an, you'll be in a ventilator, you will be getting some external support to run your life. That's why we are not supporting the service based company. If you are coming up with a unique service, it is a chance to enhance your or scale up very fastly. And the product, talking about the product based companies, as an incubator, we are giving this incubation facility to 12 months to 18 months. That is, we are only supporting the startups up to 1.5 years. So when a startup or a person coming up with an idea, he or she can experiment this idea up to 6 months to create a prototype. If she or he can't create a prototype in 6 to 1 year, they cannot convert their idea into whole in the whole journey. That's why the product companies really add values. It shows the sudden result. Like, if you are creating the product, you can survive in the market. If you are not creating the product, you will be out of the market. So these are the really differentiable thing. That's why we are supporting the product based company. And talking about the facilities, we have 4 accelerator in the state. Accelerator is the next step of the incubator. As I mentioned, we have incubator in Trivandrum, Cochin, Calicut, and Palakkad and Kasaragod. And these are basically run by Startup Mission itself. And another other incubators like DST supported incubators are there, state government supported incubators are there. So all of us, like nearly 40 incubators are in the state, and 4 accelerators are in the state, and 230 mini incubators. Mini incubators, basically we refer IEDs as mini incubators. So some as a policy, like most of the IEDC center have space where if any students coming up with innovative idea, they can incubate in the college itself, so they can try out and if they are working, if they are creating some prototype or coming up with next level, they can incubate in our facility. So Gen Robotics is one of the company. They started their operation in their college IEDC itself. That's why we refer this IEDCs as mini incubator. And grant, like we have grant support also. We are supporting startups by giving seed loan and grant. Grant is basically in 3 stages. I will go through the grant pattern also. So we have been able to give 13.7 crore grant across the state to startups across the state. And we have we have also given 10 crore seed fund. Seed fund is basically a loan, soft loan, where the startups can avail the loan at an interest rate of 6%. And in initial 1 year, they don't need to repay, and after 1 year, they have to start their repayment. And through this startup journey, we have been able to create 10,000 employability in the state, and 3,000 aspiring entrepreneurs are in the state. And this is the analysis done by Inc 42. Inc 42 is basically a magazine where it shows the data, it collect the data and do the data analysis for us. And it shows like 77% of the product-based companies are out of that 2,500 startups, and 23% of the service companies are there. And the ratio in the men and women is like 87% in the the 87 percentage co-founders are men, and 13 percentage are basically women. And incubated and non-incubated. Incubated, as I mentioned, like some of the startups have taken the space in the incubators across the state. As I mentioned, 40 incubators are across the state, and in these 40 incubators, nearly 58 percentage have been taken the space and incubated, or they are using the facility of the incubator. And other rest of the 42 are not incubated anywhere. They are running their companies in their home, or they are taken some of the space outside any office facility like that. They are incubated there. And out of this, 12 percentage are student startup, and rest of the 88 percentage are professional startup. And focus area of this 2,500 startups is basically 6% are focusing to the government, that is B2G, and B2C is basically business to customer, and 28% are focused into B2C, and B2B is business to business, and 25% of the total number is focusing on the B2B. And mixed people are also there. It's 41 percentage is directly supporting the business and also business customers. So we have right now the sector wise analysis is like this. 45 percentage of the total companies are into IT sector. 11 percentage are basically into healthcare. 9 percentage are into education sector, and hardware, and 6 percentage is in the hardware. So the last couple of years we have been seeing that it's a drastically change is happening in the ecosystem. A lot of people are coming up with healthcare products and hardware and IoT products. So there is a possible change in next couple of years. We can see a lot of startups will be coming in the healthcare and hardware IoT sector. So this is the possible change which is happening in the ecosystem right now. Talking about the stakeholders in the ecosystem, we are basically associated with other technology incubators in the state. Not only in the state, we have been associated with other incubators in the country also, and we have technology innovation zone, which is basically a place where we are able to host multiple domain incubators. As I mentioned, we have integrated startup complex where we have biotechnology incubator, we have this hardware incubator, and IT incubator is also there. These types of different sectors are also we are planning to host in the technology innovation zone. We also have a lot of advisors and mentors. These advisors and mentors will support these startups in their whole journey, and we also supports work with students through these schemes like IEDC. And these IEDCs basically give a platform for the students to try out their idea in their college life itself. If they are coming up with a good idea, they can try, and if it fails, it's only just a failure. And if it is going to the next stage, they can approach any of the incubator in the state, and they can start their operations, so that it will be a great platform. That is why we created this IEDC to start something in their college life itself. And we also support young entrepreneurs. As I mentioned, like 12% of the student startups are 12% are student startup. We focus the young entrepreneurs also, and we have been associated with a lot of government agencies in the state and the center also. These agencies will be helping startups to create support. Like we have a scheme which is a unique scheme. We started. The Kerala is the first place where this scheme was started. It's a government as a marketplace. As all of you know, the government is not supporting startups directly. If they have any requirement, they go for the big players like Oracle or TCS or Infosys. The startups don't get the opportunity to get access into this government setup. So the government of Kerala has decided to support startups by giving an opportunity to enter into the government market. So government of Kerala has been able to come up with a policy where this if any requirement, mobile app requirement or any requirement below 5 lakhs can directly given to the startups without any tender. So this has been created a remarkable change, and this helped nearly 34 government departments are working with startups, and nearly 100 plus startups have been able to uh, deploy their products or implement their products in the government setup. And we also have other scheme like community partner. We are associated with nearly 10 to 15 community partners in the state. As we have some of the community partners like Tinker Hub is there, then GDG is there, Mozilla Group is there, then Prayana is there, like other some of the players are there. These people will be helping us to support or enhance the activities of the startup mission across the community. And we have also supported with other accelerators in the state, not only in the state, also in the country. And we have some of the industry partners. We have nearly tie up with 53 corporate industry partners. These industry partners are giving their problem statement, and if any startup have the solution, these corporates are ready to take the uh, onboard the startups. And we have research centers, tie up with research centers. MIT, we are directly connected with MIT. So this MIT's Fab Lab is basically supporting the startups or student community to come up with some prototype and or some products. And investor VC, we have created an investor fund, funds of fund, where we have been identified nearly 4 SEBI accredited funds. These funds will be directly supporting our Kerala-based startups. So last 2-3 years, we have been able to source nearly 100 to 200 crores of fund in our state. This in turn will be supporting our state's economy. So at a glance, like we are running program for schools and colleges, and it's basically innovation and entrepreneurship. And for schools, we have supported school students for eighth class student by supplying this electronic at school kit was there. Raspberry Pi initiative was started by us. Right now, it's handled by IT at school. It's rebranded as Kite, and we organize some of the programs named Future Sparks, and it's basically supporting the students to create awareness about this technologies thing. And we have set up nearly 230 IEDCs across the state, which includes engineering colleges, arts and science colleges, and polytechnic colleges. We have a biggest network in the state, so anyone can use this facility. If anyone have an idea, you can go and access the facility of the IEDC. And also a lot of mentors are there to support the startups also. And we run a lot of evangelization programs. We run a lot of programs like Startup I3 was there, so NASCOM 2020 was there, a lot of program was there. Right now these programs are directly run by ICT with support of ICT is doing this program. And we have an incubator and accelerator. We have nearly 2,500 startups across the state, and 40 incubators are there. Hardware incubator is there, 4 accelerators there, co-working space. We converted all of the spaces into co-working space, so that anyone can come and use this plug and play facility. And special incubators, we started a lot of special incubators, like recently, not recently, in last year we started brick. So basically it's a joint initiative by Cochin Cancer Care Center and Startup Mission, where anyone coming up with some innovative product in this field, they can work. And we have assistive technology incubator in Niche, National Institute of Space and Speech and Hearing. And we started another incubator, Force Incubator, with support of IC Force in Trivandrum. Then we started uh, then uh, hard maker villages there. These types of special incubators are there. And in talking about the infrastructure, we have fab labs. We have nearly three major fab labs and 20 mini fab labs across the state. And we have a total square feet of nearly 2.5 million square feet across the state. And we usually runs a lot of programs like Idea Day is there, Idea Grant. Idea Day is basically it's a grant scheme, basically focused for the startups, and Idea Grant is basically they are focusing to the college students. If college students have any innovative idea, they can apply for the grant. They will be getting up to 2 lakhs for creating, converting their idea into prototype. So demand day is basically it's basically for the government as a marketplace program. So the government will be giving their problem statement, so startups can come up with their solution. Hackathons, we usually organize these hackathons across the state. Right now, due to this pandemic, we are not organizing any hackathons. And Future Lab Technology Lab is there. We have set up two future technology labs, one in Trivandrum and in Cochin, where we have purchased a lot of high-end equipments in the field of AR, VR, and AI. So if anyone wants to try some products in this sector, they can access the facility of this future technology. Funding support, like we have funding support grants for the idea scale up stage, and it's basically splitted. The maximum amount of fund is up to 12 lakhs. So it's splitted into three types. If you are coming up with an idea, you will be getting up to 2 lakhs. And if you are coming up with a product, you will be getting up to 7 lakhs. And if you need to amount to scale up your product, you will be getting up to 12 lakhs. And we have been able to give support nearly 250 startups across the state. And seed fund and soft loans, as I mentioned, like seed fund is a support which was started in 2006 itself, and we have been able to nearly support 200 plus startups by giving this seed funds, and it's a 6% interest loan. And another scheme is like fund of fund. As I mentioned, like we have been identified for SEBI accredited fund, like venture capitalists are there, so they will be they also invested, and government also invested. That is why it's termed as fund of fund. And and total amount of 1,000 crores has been pooled in this fund, and these funds are basically managed by these four companies. And angel groups are there. So we have a lot of like-minded people and high network individuals. So we connect with these people, and some of the people are interested to invest in the companies who have a good potential. And evangelization for the early stage startups. We started a program known as like Fail Fast to Succeed, basically for the pre-incubation stage. So if anyone coming up with idea, they can go through this program for 3 months, and if they are able to convert this product into prototype, they will be taken into the next stage of this FFS program. So these are the supports. And last support in this funding is like patent support. We have scheme known as patent reimbursement scheme. If you have filed a patent, or you have been allotted a patent by Government of India, you will be getting up to 2 lakhs. It's again into three stages. If you are applying for some international patent, and it's costly also you will be getting up to 10 lakhs. So this amount you have to pay initially, and this will be reimbursed after you give the sufficient documents regarding the filing. And finally, the market and the enterprise development. We have government as a marketplace which support the startups to enter into the government market. And scale of space, we have initially, as I mentioned, like we have only the incubation space, and with support of these IT parks, we started giving the scale up space also. The people or the company who have been doing good business, and they just want to move into the next stage, they can get the facility of this scale up space. And international business meet, we have been able to take nearly 100 startups across the globe to participate in the international events like TiCon, Silicon Valley was there, then Israel, there was an innovation meet was there, Spain Digital and Entrepreneurship Summit was there. So in these summits, we took nearly 10 to 15 selected startups, and these startups were getting the opportunity to showcase their product in this international business meets. And international desk and business hubs are there, and specifically training programs are given to this startup. So, is there any doubt regarding till these portions? Hello, do you have any doubt?
Can I unmute your mouth and mic and ask? Okay. Can I unmute now and can ask now?
So, if you have any doubt, sir, what are the challenges usually faced in registering as a startup, or what are the steps to registering as a startup? So, for registering a startup, so I can answer this question in the last. Okay. So, is any another question regarding the portions or the topics which I have covered right now? So, if anyone have questions, you can put it in the chat box. So, finally, after the session, in the question answer session, I will be answering the questions. Okay. So, hope you know the facility of the Fab Lab network. I think Jodi have also a Fab Lab, and it's a state of art thing where experimenting with the digital fabrication is happening. So you can also go through the machines which have been bought into the Super Fab Lab. Also, you can work in the mini Fab Labs, and after the next stage, you can also get the facility of using this Super Fab Lab also. Basically, high precision machines are there, and it's basically useful for the R&D research and development projects and trainings also. And as I mentioned, like Future Technology Lab, in Future Technology Lab, we support the emerging technology things, and we have already partnered with Unity to run the AR/VR course, and also we have some of the GPU servers, and these startups and startups are using the GPU. It's a high computational servers which can be used for these AI related products, and access to cutting edge gadgets, tools, and softwares and GPUs are there. Training and mentoring programs from industry experts are also provided in the Future Lab. So, talking about the events, we have annual events like Hash Future is the event. It's an event of government of Kerala's IT department, and Startup Mission is also supporting it in very much way. And rest of the three events are basically Startup Mission's event. Huddle Kerala. Huddle Kerala is an annual event in which lot of entrepreneurs, investors, and high network individuals and company corporates will be coming and attending this 2-day workshop. In these 2 days, a lot of things are happening. Lot of pitching sessions are happening. Problem statements are taken from the corporate, and against this problem statement, startups are pitching their idea, and if they are selected, they are getting the chance to implement the product in the company also. And Seeding Kerala is basically another event. As I mentioned, like Kerala is basically in a nursery where startups start their journey in the nursery school, and they will be going to other states like Bangalore and Bombay to get the funds, to get access to the funds. So in 2016-17 time, we started a program known as Seeding Kerala, where we have been able to bring up lot of investors, lot of venture capitalists, and not only these guys, we have lot of high network individuals, like a lot of rich people are in Kerala also, and we tried them to educate. Like there is an opportunity to invest in startup. So these are the returns which will be getting in the startups. Like these knowledges are also supported or given in this event. We have been able to organize nearly 5 edition of Seeding Kerala, and it's going really well. This year we have organized this Seeding Kerala in February, and in this event we have been able to nearly 5 startups have been funded in this last year, and the total amount they raised was nearly 70 crores. And it's a huge impact creating program happening in the state. And IEDC summit is basically, it's a flagship event. It's an event where we organize or we bring all the IEDC nodal officers, and we nearly 3,000 to 4,000 student participants are there. Lot of technical sessions are happening, then activity hubs are there, then lot of innovative things are happening in the IEDC summit also. And we also partnered with other partner organizations, like in incubation we have been partnered with Maker Village is an electronics incubator in Kerala. And TimeEd is basically it's an incubator directly supported by Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute of Medical Science and Technology. It's in Trivandrum. If anyone coming up with some healthcare or medtech products, they can get the support from this incubator. And not only from this incubator, doctors from the Sri Chitra also supporting to create the product. Like one of the best product came from this Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute Medical Center is like Thermopenpol. Have you heard about this Thermopenpol company? So Mr. Balagopal sir, who was the founder of this Thermopenpol, he was basically an IS officer. So he quit his job in when he was in 30 year old, and he took the patented or the technology from this Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute, and he started commercializing it. And then he have created a big company in Trivandrum, and after running it for 20 years, he sold his company to the Japanese. And this company is doing very good business, and they are into blood bags and other medical things. And also not only this incubator, we are also supported with by Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation, and we have also supported with associated with IAM Kozhikode Live Incubator. And we have another incubator basically for the mobile application with support of Internet Mobile Association of India. It's in Cochin. It's in Calicut, sorry. And other partners, ecosystem partners, we have been tied up with Invest India. Invest India is the National Investment Promotion and Facilitation Agency, which is under Government of India. And other universities like Singularity University is there. Fab Foundation is also supporting. Bring is an hardware accelerator, basically specifically supporting the startups in the hardware sector. And Let's Venture is a platform where the funding people, investors, and all like-minded people are in that platform. So these guys will be supporting the startups. And apart from these partners, we are also associated with some of the service partners. These service partners will be giving some of the free credits to startups. And we have been associated with Google Cloud. Adobe is there, Razorpay is there, MathWork, ClearTax, Zoho, Amazon, DigitalOcean. These companies will be giving free credits. Like they are giving some of the $1,000, $2,000 credits for the startups, so that they can initially bootstrap their product. And industry, we have been partnered with industry like Airbus, Unity is there, Altair is there, CIA is there, SIDAC is there, BPCL. With through BPCL, we are running a Project Ankur scheme, and it's another grant scheme. They have been sourced in nearly 500 crores of CSR fund from their BPCL, and these CSR fund have been routed to the startup company. So Gen Robotics is one of the company. They have been able to they have selected this BPCL fund, and they got nearly 1 crore fund, which is a grant fund. And Tejas is there, FICCI is there, Internet and Mobile Association is there, NASCOM is there, IEEE, TI Kerala. These are the industry partners. And academic partners, like we have been tied up with Center for Bits and Atoms. This organization is under MIT, and University of Illinois is there, IAM Ahmedabad is there, and CIAD. Last year we organized CIAD workshops. design workshop was there. It's a world's best design school. Then ICT Academy is there. IM Kozhikode and IM Bangalore, we are supported, means associated. And we, as I mentioned, like we have been taken nearly 100 to 200 startups across the country. These are the international events where these startups got opportunity to showcase their product. One is like Tel Aviv Innovation Festival in Israel. TiCon is happening in US. CE is basically Consumer Electronic Summit. In every year, new products are launched in this event. Then Jitex is the event happening in Dubai, and Unbound is happening in Bahrain. Slush is happening in it's in Finland, and Mobile World Congress. We have been able to take 5 to 6 startups for this Mobile World Congress. And next big idea is also another event which is happening in the America, US. So that these are some of the snaps where these startups have been taken and got opportunity to present their product. So the global exchange program, we have some of the global exchange programs are there. So startup success stories which made social impact is Gen Robotics. Gen Robotics is a startup where they have created uh, robot for cleaning the sewage. Like they are replacing manual scavenging by robots. And Nava recently, Nava is another agriculture product, and Navalt is Solar Ferry. They have been right now recognized as one of the best product in the world in the sector of energy. And Synext, they support these deaf and dumb students by giving special classes. And QCopy is another social impact startup. One of the product is GOK Direct. So they are supporting the government by giving genuine and authentic messages, and this will help people to get out of this fake or another messages. And I love 9 months is another social impact startup which support this the mother maternity or this related people. So the impact of interventions. So it's a case study. This Gen Robotics is basically a startup, as I mentioned. Like they have created a robot to, uh, to to resolve the manual scavenging. So the another important thing is like they have got all the schemes which Kerala Startup Mission have. So they were the students of IEDC MES College of Engineering Kuttipuram. They started this initial prototype of some exoskeleton in 2016, and after 2016 they graduated from their college and they joined some of the MNCs or some of the companies. And in 2017, in an IEDC faculties meet, IEDC nodal officers meet, the IT secretary of the state had gone through this picture, and he immediately called these guys and told that currently we have a problem. Not only in our state, whole world is having a problem. And this was the image which has really changed the way like CM has CM see this image, saw this image, and he was very much upset, and he was telling that we need to create some of the alternative to avoid this thing. So the IT secretary immediately called these guys and told that, say, I have gone through your exoskeleton product, and if you are able to start or do any product in this field, the government of Kerala and Startup Mission is ready to support you. So in 2017 June, April May, they started their company. They registered their company, and in 2017 they have been able to get our idea grant fund of rupees 2 lakh, and they started their operations. And down the period of 6 months, they have been able to create the first prototype of the product. And meanwhile, they have been able to access this BPCL grant through Startup Mission. Then first equity investment through funds of fund, and also they got fund from that Kerala Water Authority Innovation Zone. And in 2017 they have been awarded as the best startup in the state, new emerging startup in the state. And 2018 February they launched the beta version of the not beta version second version of the product. And in Trivandrum we have an we have a festival known as Hattukal Pongala. At that time lot of this manholes and everything is cleaned at that time. So this was tested in at that time. And this is the inauguration ceremony which was happened in 2018. And in 2018 October, they have gone to the next stage of the product. In 2019 they have been selected best product across the country, and they have been got the opportunity to showcase their product in Rashtrapati Bhavan, where Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable President, and Honorable UN General Secretary was there. And they started their journey with 0 rupees, and right now they are 200 crore value company. They are growing big. They're operating in 10 to 15 states. And also they're working with some of the UAE countries also. Last year they have been selected with that future accelerator in Dubai. And lot of things are happening. This is the case study which we are showing. These guys have been able to get access to all the schemes in the startup mission. So this is all about Kerala startup mission. So if you have any doubt, you can ping in the chat box. So coming up the first question, sir, what are the challenges usually faced in registering a startup? Actually, there is no challenge in registering a startup. So in Government of India's rule, a company registered if you are registered in 2020, and till 2030 it is termed as startup company. And if you are having a revenue turnover of above 100 crores, you will be not getting access to that startup term, because you have already grown. That's why it's known as don't term as startup. And or what are the steps for registering a startup? You can connect or contact a